Grace and peace, lovely people. This is Straight Up with Nate, and I'm Nate. So, to get right into it, who loves music? I know I do. So, to get right into it, I will say this. We all have a love of music. We all have listened to R&B, we've all listened to classical music, we've all listened to merengue, bachata, compa, salsa, and waltz. We listen to reggaeton. We listen to a number of different types of genres, and if you've listened to it, by all means, I encourage you to tune in right now. Beyond the point. Today's video, I will be talking about music. So, for me, myself, Nathaniel, I have been singing since the age of 5. And so, at that point, what I will say is this. As much as I love music, I love singing just as much. Now, let me be upfront and just tell you, I am not the greatest vocalist on earth, but I have my skills. I know what I can do. I know what I can produce. I know what I'm capable of. And so, the reason why I say this is because a lot of times when we talk about music, sometimes we hear about people having such gifts of music and doing certain things with their voices and doing certain things on a level in which gets them fame or gets them a position or gets them a certain place in life. Let me be the first to say, being able to sing, whether you believe it or not, Nathaniel gets shy. I very much get shy. And why do I say it like that? For those of you who don't know, I am a vocalist. If you've heard me sing, great. If not, you'll hear it some point and sometime. But for me, one thing I do want people to know is that being a singer, being a vocalist, it has its ups, it also has its downs. And when I say downs, it doesn't mean that I'm saying you are going to hate your voice or that you're not going to like your voice or you're not going to appreciate your voice. But there's some times where you may compare yourself to someone else. I do want to say that even me as a person, may have mentioned it before, I get shy. There are times where I have full confidence of what I'm doing. There are times where I'm just like, I have no idea what I'm about to do. But that's the beauty of it, because as a singer, now you get to learn about your gifts. You get to learn about what you can do and what you can't do. And just because you can't do one thing does not mean that you won't be better at the rest. Example, Nathaniel can't run for his life. And when I say run, I'm not talking about running physically. I'm talking about in a specific manner in which people sing, they're able to hit multiple keys within a specific bar. And if you study music, that is someone who is gifted in being able to transition from one key to the next, hit it flawlessly without issue. Permit me to say, I ain't gifted in that area. I'm not. But at that point, what I will say is, even though you might not be able to do runs in a certain way or in a way that gets you to bring your music to a certain level, that does not mean you're not gifted as a singer. What I will say is, especially as a vocalist, learn to love your voice for what it is. If you can hit specific notes, whether it be a soprano, an alto, or a tenor, you don't always have to hit a note as a soprano. And you don't necessarily have to sing as low as a tenor. But in you having the range in which you have, learn to appreciate how your voice is developed, how your voice is set, how your voice is placed. And me being shy, that's something I had to work through. So, to go back into high school, man, I'm showing my age here. I had this one teacher, Mr. Carpentier. Awesome man, awesome dude. Taught me so much about myself. And I remember how all the times he used to throw solos at me without fail. Now, when I talk about Mr. Carpentier, I do want people to know this man helped shape my vocals from what it was to what it is today. And I am so grateful. Now, when I say this, this is not to say that if you didn't have someone like Mr. Carpentier, who was such a great musical mentor, that your voice will never be great. What I will say is that as a vocalist, we all need somebody who's going to help us work through our shyness, to help us work through our development, to help us work through our ability to sing on certain levels. Now, as I mentioned before, I do sing, and I've sung behind artists, I've sung for myself, I've sung with groups, and I've sung with choirs and things of that nature. And I will say that not all the time I need to be the soloist. However, there are times where, yes, I get the opportunity to be a soloist. I take it. Why? Because it gets me the opportunity to challenge myself. It gets me the opportunity to better myself. And so when I'm talking about this and we talk about being shy was something in which I was insecure about my vocals. Why? Because I was around so many people who were so gifted in what they do, who were so gifted in how they sang to other people, so gifted in how they let other people into their lives through their singing. And I would always ask myself, how do I get myself on their level? How do I make myself sound like them? But here's the thing, there was no way I was going to sound like them because I'm not gifted like them. I don't have their vocals. I don't have their talents. I don't have the gifting in order for me to do certain things. It is perfectly okay to be shy. One of the main reasons why you could be shy is because you care about how you sound. And that is okay for you. The purpose of caring about how you sound is because you want to remain true to your sound. And me personally, I will say I can't run like some people in this world who have a gift of running from top to bottom, who can hit every single key in a specific bar. I am not gifted in that area. You want me to run, I can guarantee you I'm going to sound like a dying cat. But, beyond the point. But I come to encourage people who are shy and say, develop your craft, develop who you are as a person, because music, believe it or not, can reveal your personality. It can reveal your character. It can reveal every single thing that is within you. This is not to say that if you can't sing like Beyonce or Fantasia or Jonathan Butler or Fred Hammond, Alicia Keys, or you can't sing like India Arie, or you can't sing like Tank, or you can't sing Earth, Wind and Fire. That does not mean you're not gifted. Everybody has a vocal ability, everybody has a vocal development, everybody has capabilities to do certain things. The question is, what is yours? How do you better your vocals in order for you to be on a level that you stand out? Believe it or not, being able to go high does not mean you have vocal ability. Sometimes being able to hold a note is vocal ability within itself. There are some people, you give them a note, oh my gosh, it sounds crazy. But then there's other people who, they're able to carry power throughout an entire song. And that when you hear them sing, you distinctly know their voice. Why? Because they're hitting a note a specific way. Not only does it have power, it has precision. And so when I say this, it's okay to be shy because you're not aware of what your voice can do yet. So as you develop your voice and as you build your voice and as you expand it, to be very clear, I had to learn from multiple people. Not because, oh, Nate, you're a terrible singer. No, I learned from multiple people because there was multiple lessons I had to learn about my own voice. Yes, I have a great range. I can hit certain notes, some people can't. But I also had to learn control. Because if I didn't practice control, guess what? Nate's gonna sound like a dying cat. Honestly, when it comes down to music, music is an extension of yourself. It's an extension of your character, an extension of your being. And when you learn about music yourself, you learn ways in how music can touch people and bring people together. So when I talk about it, I get shy. Mind you, I lead worship at my church. Mind you, I'm singing in front of hundreds of people, thousands of people, different circumstances, different times. But, believe it or not, I get nervous. A significant reason as to why you might get nervous is because you care about your craft. And that's a good thing. Don't be scared of being able to care about your craft, because that means you really want to do what you do seriously. So, If you care about your craft, you care about how you sound, you care about what you're doing, by all means, for more content, hit the like button, comment, pass on the message, send a message, and I'll definitely get back to you as soon as possible. And I'll see you next week.